Have you ever noticed how many problems begin because nobody asked one simple question? A business fails because nobody asked, is this the right investment? A friendship breaks because nobody asked, what really happened? A family suffers because nobody asked, how are you feeling? A person loses money because nobody asked, what are the risks? One question could have changed everything. That is why this episode is built around one powerful truth. Questions are often the answer. The greatest thinkers were not known for having all the answers. They were known for asking better questions. Questions create understanding. Questions remove assumptions. Questions bring clarity. Questions expose truth. Questions prevent regret. Never be afraid to ask, because the cost of asking is usually small. The cost of assuming can be enormous. Think about a doctor. Before giving medicine, what does the doctor do? They ask questions. A good teacher asks questions. A great leader asks questions. A wise parent asks questions. Even a scientist doesn't begin with answers. They begin with questions. Why? Because questions open the door to wisdom. Many people live on assumptions. I think, I believe, I heard, I feel. But wisdom asks, how do I know? What is the evidence? Is there another perspective? Those questions protect us from mistakes. CTA. If you're enjoying these timeless life principles, subscribe to Hypermedia. Every episode is designed to help you think more clearly, make wiser decisions, and build a life guided by wisdom instead of assumptions. Imagine you're about to sign an important agreement. Would you sign it without reading it? Of course not. Then why do people accept opinions without questioning them? Why do they believe rumors without verifying them? Why do they follow crowds without thinking? Because asking questions requires effort. Following the crowd doesn't. But remember, the crowd isn't always right. Truth doesn't become true because many people believe it. Truth remains true, even if nobody believes it. That is why questions protect your freedom. Questions are like a flashlight. When you enter a dark room, you don't fight the darkness. You simply switch on the light. Likewise, when confusion appears, don't argue. Ask. When someone makes an extraordinary claim, ask, how do you know? When someone gives advice, ask, why does this work? When someone says, everyone is doing it, ask, is everyone succeeding? One good question can expose 1,000 lies. Questions also show that you are serious. People respect those who think, not those who blindly agree. In business, questions prevent losses. In relationships, questions prevent misunderstandings. In parenting, questions build trust. In leadership, questions create better decisions. In learning, questions unlock knowledge. No matter where you are, who you're with, or what you're doing. Questions will always make you stronger. Whenever life becomes confusing, don't panic. Don't assume. Don't react immediately. Simply ask, what is really happening? What am I missing? What is the right thing to do? Those 3 questions have saved countless people from unnecessary pain. CTA. If these timeless principles are helping you think more clearly, subscribe to Hypermedia. Together, we're building minds that don't blindly believe. They wisely question. There is one question that can protect you for the rest of your life. Before you speak, ask, is it true? Before you act, ask, is it right? Before you decide, ask, what will be the consequence? Those simple questions have the power to prevent countless mistakes. Questions don't make you weak. They make you wise. Only insecure people fear questions. Wise people welcome them. Because questions improve ideas, strengthen decisions, reveal blind spots, and uncover truth. Never hesitate to ask until you understand. Understanding always comes before confidence. One thoughtful question can save years of regret. One careless assumption can create years of suffering. Choose questions over assumptions, curiosity over ego, learning over pretending. Because the smartest person isn't the one who knows everything. It is the one who never stops learning. Make questioning your daily habit. Question your habits. Question your fears. Question your excuses. Question your beliefs. Question your goals. Question your priorities. Not because everything is wrong, but because every good question makes you a little wiser. Remember, the quality of your life depends greatly on the quality of the questions you ask yourself. Final CTA. If today's episode made you think differently, subscribe to Hypermedia. Together, we'll master timeless principles that help you think clearly, live wisely, and make decisions you'll never regret. One episode, one powerful principle, one better life. Life challenge. Today, before making any important decision, pause and ask yourself, what is the truth? What is the right thing to do? What am I missing? Practice this for the next 7 days. You'll notice that your decisions become calmer, your conversations become wiser, and your confidence becomes stronger. Because questions create clarity, and clarity creates a better life. Closing quote. Questions are often the answer. They cut through nonsense, reveal truth, prove you are serious, prevent costly mistakes, and lead to wiser decisions. Ask before you assume, and you'll live with greater clarity, wisdom, and purpose.